Welcome to Cooking with Brad, Cooking with Bay, Cooking with Brad Bay. We're trying out a new lapel mic, so hopefully it sounds great. So go ahead and just like this video because we're trying to be better for you guys. So we are going to make a protein pumpkin cake today, or pie, or whatever you want to call it, in honor of PESciences releasing this pumpkin pie flavored protein powder. It's a limited edition flavor. So we figured, hey, let's give this a whirl. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna make a recipe I saw online / change up a few things. It had like cottage cheese in there. Not a huge cottage cheese fan. I think it tastes like wet cotton. Comment down below if you agree with me. Literally tastes like wet cotton. It's terrible. It's a texture thing for me. There's not a lot of food I don't like. Cottage cheese is one of those things. Okay, first thing we're gonna do, 2 eggs. Right in there. Next, 1 can of pumpkin. One day, you'll watch a video where I don't leave the camera to get something, but it's not today. See, and now I'm like, oh shoot, I need something to pull the pumpkin puree out with. I'll attempt what Austin wants me to do, right by the microphone. Oh yeah, man, that's some wop. Some wet ass pumpkin. All right, well, it's pretty good. Good enough for what we're doing. All right, so next we need 1/4 cup of yogurt and then like 1/2 cup of some of our sweeteners. So I'm gonna do the sweetener first. So we're using this Swerve sweetener, which is like the sugar replacement. You can buy it on Amazon. I think I saw it at Publix too. Sorry if this is loud into the microphone. This is 1/2 cup. That's 1/4. This is a lot of this sweetener, bro. Next, we need, it says 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. So, AKA, bloop. Then we need 1/4 cup of milk and 1/4 cup of the yogurt. So, we'll get the yogurt out first. It says milk of choice. We've got cashew milk here. You could use regular milk, fat-free milk, whatever milk you want. And our final piece is 2 scoops of this protein powder, this pumpkin pie protein powder. So normally if you were using like Cake Pop or like any other PESciences protein powder or maybe like Snickerdoodle, something like that, you probably would want to add in some pumpkin pie spice and things like that, which I may add in just to like accentuate those flavors, but obviously you don't want to add in a ton since this is already got pumpkin in it and the pumpkin pie protein powder. So we're gonna stir all this up, then we're gonna spray our 9-inch pan and we're going to bake it at 350 for about 30 minutes. I'd say anytime you're baking with protein powder, you probably just need to check it a little bit more often. If you let it go too long, it's gonna get really dry. So you don't want it to like, you know, over bake. You kind of want to under bake things with protein powder, to be honest with you. We don't have a crust. You could buy a crust. The crust, what we found is like the least amount of calories you're gonna get from like a packaged crust is like 800 calories for the whole crust. And then for like a Jiffy box mix, I think we found it was like 600 calories. So we just bought some graham crackers. 8 crackers is only 24 carb and 3 fat and 2 protein, so 130 calories. So I'm gonna break up maybe 8 or 16 crackers and kind of sprinkle it on top. So that way you still get the texture that you would get from a crust, but you don't necessarily get all of the calories from a crust because, I don't know, I'd rather eat more pie. So, got it good mixed up. I'm gonna spray this pan. Here we go. All right, so we've got our pumpkin pie into the pan. I don't, you know, I think that they said 30 minutes for theirs. I think because this is a 9-inch pie pan, and it seems to be spread out pretty far, I'm gonna bake this less. Maybe 15 minutes and then see where it's at from there. Cause I just think it's gonna bake too quick. So pulled it out. It's pretty set in there. I mean, I could maybe undo it. I don't know. This could be a disaster. Ooh, that's hot still. Yeah, boy. We're gonna let this cool. We just really wanna get in this, you know? Like, We are back. It is made. The entire protein cheesecake has 15 fat, 44 carb, and 70 protein for the whole thing. So if you cut this into like slices of 8, it would have like 2 fat, 5 carb, and 9 protein for a serving, which is actually pretty freaking awesome. But I also wanted to add in, you know, the graham cracker crumbs that we've got going on to give the full experience. And then we also have light Cool Whip. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take a little bit of light Cool Whip and some graham crackers, crush it up, and then kind of make like a little topping for this thing. And like I said, this is so macro friendly for this whole freaking pumpkin pie that it shouldn't be a big deal. I guess I'll cut off a slice and make a plate. Be right back. So we ended up baking it for 25 minutes. Could maybe bake longer. It is a little bit like runny in the middle, but if you overbake anything with protein, it's not gonna be a good day. So let's go ahead and get it off. I hear my little pterodactyl screaming. That means Letty's awake. Pull off 2 pieces so I can have a piece for me and a tester piece for everyone else. Hit it with a little bit of this graham cracker Cool Whip frosting. Tastes like a pumpkin pie. The graham cracker crumbs on top are awesome. It adds the texture that you need, so it's not just like super mushy. So I highly recommend that as well. This is good. Man, try this out. I just ate this whole slice just talking to you guys. Yeah, it's creamy.
The flavor's really good.
Pumpkin pie. She just hates anything that's like soft.
The flavor's great.
Goodbye.
Is it protein?
Yep. It's 2 fat, 5 carbs, and 10. Oh yeah, that tastes like
What?
I'm just kidding.
It was all a joke. That pumpkin pie is bomb, so definitely check it out.
Wow, that's really good.
Yes.
More.
Is it good? All right, you heard it. Everyone loved the recipe, so now you've got to give it a try. So like this video, comment down below if you're gonna try it out. Share this video with a pumpkin pie lover. Subscribe if you haven't. You're worth it.